Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. I'm TCaptainX, and we're going to help you become a movement demon in this video. I bet a lot of you guys have watched movement guide tutorials, and you know how to do the basics when it comes to movement, like drop shotting, side canceling, maybe even snaking. But you probably struggle to use those techniques in real game situations against actual good players who shoot and move back. So we're going to be breaking down a high kill game of mine where I use a lot of movement to win gunfights here. So starting off right off the rip here, we're already using some basic movement to win this very first fight. We're going to go back a little bit here, and as I come up the stairs here, I'm hearing people, so I know someone's around here, and there's a player that is downed. What I don't realize is that at the time, there's actually a player over to my right sitting in this corner. So obviously we're going to get the finish on this guy, and then I start getting shot at from my left. Now, when you're caught off guard like this, the number one thing to do is to move quickly and move in a manner that forces your enemy to adjust their aim. So what I don't want to do is I don't want to just turn and start shooting. I don't want to turn and run right at my enemy or run straight away from my enemy, because then they don't really have to adjust their aim. That's easy for them. So we want to run to the side of them, which in this situation is going to be running straight forward. And as I do that, I'm going to sprint forward. I'm going to slide so that I can start to adjust my aim during the slide and then get recentered on the enemy. So sprint, slide, and turn. And we're going to get that down here. And just for this one, I'm going to go back here, and I'm also going to play it at a little bit like slow-mo here, just so you can see what that looks like. So again, we're turning while we're sliding, also hit a little bit of a jump during there so I can shoot over that cover as well. Now, throughout this video, I'm also going to be trying to break down kind of my thought process of this and my positioning and the things you have to do in order to drop high kill games. So early on, my first goal is finding money to get loadout. I want to get loadout down as quick as possible in a perfect situation here. So we're going to keep moving and keep trying to loot and find enemies and whatnot. Now, as I'm coming through this doorway, one of the things that you have to get in the habit of is good centering as you come through doorways, and also utilizing slides to be more prepared when you're coming through a doorway. So as I come through there, you're going to notice how I am centered on the doorway and I'm sliding and starting to aim as I come through that doorway. So in case there is an enemy in here, I am ready to go. Again, we're going to sprint and slide, and I'm starting to aim during the slide, because you can do that in Warzone 3, whereas you couldn't in Warzone 1. You can aim during the slide, and it allows you to be more prepared as you're sliding around cover and things like that. Now, I'm hearing an enemy above me, and I realize he's on the roof based on the shooting here. So he's going to end up making a mistake, and he's going to try to drop straight down. Now, where I am in an area where I can't move around a lot. I'm in a really tight space here. But there's a very simple trick that's more related to my aim that allows me to help win this gunfight. As he starts to drop down, I am going to aim my gun and start trying to shoot him. But as he falls down, if I were to just stay aimed in on my gun and try to bring my aim down, I wouldn't be able to catch up with how fast he's moving. So a simple thing that you can do is when you get your camera broken, meaning someone slides past you and you have to turn around really quick to adjust your aim, is just un-ADS your gun. So go to a hip fire, adjust your aim, and then re-ADS very quickly. So we un-ADS to adjust as he falls down, and we're gonna re-ADS to get the kill there. So again, we've got 2 kills now. I still don't have enough money, so I want to keep looting and try to find more money so that we can get a loadout down. Now, I'm hearing proc chat around me. I'm hearing gunfire. I know there's more people around me, so I'm prepared to fight. So again, as I come around a corner, I'm sliding around that corner, and I'm centering my aim where an enemy might possibly be. As I keep coming around the corner, though, there's going to be an enemy sitting right here, and really the only reason I see him, he's got this super bright skin. So because of this, I was caught off guard. I didn't hear him because he's just sitting there. So we're going to kind of reset this fight, and we're going to quickly get back to cover. And then now we're going to use some movement to very quickly challenge this guy here. And he says some coarse words for me in proc chat there. But let's go back to this. And again, we're going to slow this down so you guys can see what this looks like. So we see him. We go back. Slide forward centered, but I didn't have a shot on him, so I execute another slide. And because I'm moving in rapidly like that, I'm a very difficult target to hit. And that's one of the main reasons why I'm able to win that gunfight, despite him camping in a corner and kind of just waiting for me to challenge him. So him and I, we're gonna have a few choice words in proc chat for each other. I'm gonna end up taking him out here, and got another enemy that is landing in. Not able to crack armor or anything on that guy. So again, we're gonna keep trying to keep looting, keep trying to find more money here. So as I come in, I hear a mosquito drone, but I also heard footsteps close behind me. So I turn around here and I'm just gonna slow down. I'm gonna just start pre-aiming here and I'm just gonna look, am I gonna get pushed here? And you're gonna end up seeing that. You're gonna see this guy is just gonna run straight ahead at me and I'm gonna crack his armor here. Now, since I've cracked his armor, I know that I have the advantage and I can get aggressive here. So again, we're gonna sprint and we're gonna start sliding around this corner with good centering. I'm gonna start to bring my aim around this left corner, but what's gonna happen is he's a good player as well. He knows that he can't run away here. He's not gonna have time to run away. So he's gonna try to aggressively rechow this and try to break my camera. And you can see on my hand camera, I'm pushing my stick to the left. I am expecting him to be running around this corner. But with the power of rotational aim assist and also just some reaction time, I'm gonna quickly just adjust my aim. We're gonna bring it back around here. And because I had the advantage, I only had to shoot him with 1 or 2 bullets to get that down. And then unfortunately, I do end up going down to a mosquito drone. Those things are just really frustrating to deal with, but it is what it is. I'm gonna skip ahead here a little bit. I end up landing in and looting. I end up finding a weapons box, so I do end up getting my custom loadout. And then we're gonna work back up into winery here. So I'm hearing more gunfights or gunshots as I get in here, and I wanna take kind of high ground here and have some good positioning. So we're gonna fail a little bit here, but we're eventually gonna end up mantling onto the roof. And we're gonna start just looking around, trying to figure out where these people are. I hear a glass break right down below me, so I drop down to start looking here. But as I'm trying to climb through the window, I start getting lasered from my left. And as I get in here, I've lost all of my armor, and I'm down maybe down to like 110 HP. So a lot of people in these situations, when they're this weak, they might think, oh, I'm gonna rechow this. I'm gonna try to come back, break this guy's camera, and slide across his face. But if you're going against any decent player, all they have to do is shoot you a few times. They have a big advantage on you. You need to just accept that you have to just get away and reset this fight and allow yourself to play it up. So I'm gonna run down in, I'm gonna drop down, and I'm gonna just use the water to kind of hide here a little bit and put plates on and kind of completely reset this fight here. Now I'm gonna skip forward a little bit because I end up plating and we go back up and we're gonna take a different route to go back up. I don't wanna go back the same way that I just came from. So these guys are fighting, and these guys end up blowing themselves up with, I believe, a Pila or something. And basically, I don't have to worry about that fight now. So again, I've already gotten my custom weapons, but we do have a public loadout that is down. But I also still kind of want to get another loadout in this situation. Now, I just see an enemy just ahead of me. He ran across this roof. So again, this is a situation where I don't need to get fancy with movement here. At these more mid-range situations, trying to just run back and forth and side cancel, it's not doing you any good. These are the situations where you just play slow, have good aim and good centering here. Now, this guy ends up going up, he doesn't come out, so I assume that he's going up in the house. So we're gonna mantle up on the roof here. Again, notice how my centering is good. And we're gonna end up using a little bit of simple movement here to help win this gunfight. So as I climb up here, notice how as soon as I see him, we slide and then jump back to the side there. And that is, again, just a very simple misdirection here. And again, we'll slow this down for you guys. Slide, and then we jump back to the left. So because I'm sliding to the right, I'm jumping to the left. I'm just a constantly moving target, and it makes it really difficult for that enemy to be able to track me, which I only end up taking like a plate of damage there because of that. Now, especially now, this is just solos, but if you want to get to the point where you want to do solo versus duos, solo versus trios, solo versus quads, you've got to be able to not take damage in gunfights there. And a lot of the times, those types of very close range where you have to utilize movement like that, those are more 50-50 gunfights. You're going to take damage there almost no matter what, as long as it's a decent player. But if you do it efficiently, you can take very, very little and allow you to fight more outnumbered here. Now, I did buy another loadout. That way I have another one in case I go down. We're going to get a down on that guy there. And again, no reason to use movement. I am doing some strafing while shooting, but that's just good positioning. I've got some cover here. Now, I'm hearing a player in front of me, but I'm getting high alerted in the back. I am hearing a player in here as well. So I'm surrounded. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. This guy runs in and does use some nice movement against me. So let's go back here. He runs in and he's gonna slide past my camera. Now I was caught off guard here, but so I don't have time to try to side cancel, try to break this guy's camera. So in this situation, all I have time to do is just jump and strafe. So we jump and I'm strafing back into the side. So again, I'm a moving target. When you're caught off guard like this and you don't have time to kind of execute a side cancel or anything like that, the best you can do is you can spam jump while shooting, which you might need to have a controller that has paddles in order to do that, or you might need to be playing claw or bumper jumper. Or the simplest thing is to simply be able to strafe side to side. Now, I end up losing this gunfight, and I think the reason why is I didn't use any movement in this gunfight. So let's go back just a little bit here and break this down. This guy is gonna walk in right behind me, and what I wanted to do there was execute some form of like a drop shot. But my guy crouched, and I think I was trying the drop shot, but my guy he didn't want to for some reason. And because all I did was just basically turn and shoot, this guy doesn't miss any bullets on me. He hits great shots and basically just fries me with that WSP swarm. So it's all good. It is what it is. Now, because I hit my public loadout over here, but I also threw another one, now I have the ability to regain much, much easier. So I can land back on my loadout. There is a guy in front of me, so a little bit risky to do this. So I'm going to just run out of here and try to reset, go find some plates and some ammo here. Now I am using, by the way, the HRM9 and then also the MTZ762. I will post those loadouts at the end of this video. I'll show them to you guys. And I also just want to say, if you're finding the video helpful so far, consider subscribing for more stuff like this. We do lots of guide videos, tutorials, loadouts, all kinds of things to help you guys get better at Warzone. We also stream here on YouTube as well, if you want to check those out. So now I've got a plate, so now I feel okay about kind of getting back in the action. We're still kind of doing some looting here, trying to find more plates, more ammo, so that we can get back in. And you never want to really start trying to push people unless you are at least fully plated and maybe have an extra plate or two so that you can replate in a fight. Now I'm hearing a lot of people ahead of me, and this guy is going to drop right down in front of me here. Again, this is a situation where a lot of people might feel like they need to do some crazy movement or anything, but all I do here is I'm just gonna strafe. Notice how I start strafing left, then I start strafing to the right. Number one, as a controller player, that's gonna give me more rotational aim assist, but also number two, I'm a moving target and it's harder for him to hit me. So we got a guy in front of me, quick kill, a guy lands up ahead of me, another quick kill. Both situations where because neither of those guys were really looking at me, there's no need to use any sort of movement there. That's one of the big things I notice is like when people are trying to work on their movement, it's a bunch of unnecessary stuff. So we've got a guy landing in. I'm able to kind of pick up like an assist on that. Now when this happens, there was a guy on the roof and I was getting high alerted. So I'm just like, you know what? I need to get out of here. We're just gonna jump off away and we're gonna use some positioning to try to kind of give myself a better angle and have more cover to work off of. We're gonna pick up that down. Now I just saw an enemy right in here, and this is that really bright guy that I fought earlier in this game. So again, nothing special. All we're gonna do is pre-aim it, play nice and slow, see if he's gonna peek it. He decides not to. Trying to get some high ground and see, we got a guy landing into my left. And unfortunately, I'm going to get like an assist there. Somebody else is going to end up shooting him. But I'm starting to get high alerted, and it's probably from that guy that I just saw here. So we're going to reload here. Now, I'm trying to just play this slow, play this smart. I'm in a weird position where I can't really like slide cancel, challenge this, or do anything fancy. And I'm getting looked at from multiple enemies. So there is an example right there of just simple drop or prone below cover so that you're not going to take shots. You just have to be fast and reactive about that. Now, because of this downward angle of this roof that I'm on, I'm not able to kind of like slide cancel and challenge this aggressively. In most situations, what I would like to do is run straight forward and then slide and start aiming as I come around. But because there's this lip, I'm not really able to do that, and it's not letting me slide. So all I do is we kind of just pre-aim it and just strafe around the corner. Sometimes it's that simple when it comes to movement. Now, that guy selfed, getting shot at from multiple people. Things are getting a little bit crazy here, but we're gonna just get away and get to cover and get plated back up and kind of reset this fight. Hearing some footsteps around me. So again, notice how as I'm coming through, we're slide canceling and we're pre-aiming around that corner in case somebody's there. Basically, every corner I come around, I'm slide canceling around and I'm starting to aim where an enemy is most likely to be. You have to start teaching yourself that habit because that is kind of like the most most utilized movement you can do in this game because it gives you a head start on aiming and you're coming around that corner as a moving target. Now notice how I saw the sniper glint over here. So the first thing I do is I don't try to ego challenge and start shooting back. I just prone behind cover. I'm going to use this lip. It's very simple movement because now he doesn't have a shot on me, but now I recognize the zone is moving and I have to get going here. I do have smoke grenades here as well that I could use if I need, but I'm just going to run, slide, jump, and get away from this guy because I know that he's probably not going to hit that that shot, and he's probably not using a sniper that has unlimited range in order to hit that. Now, I know people are going to be rotating in at the edge of zone. So I kind of pause here for a moment and I hear some footsteps over in this direction here. We've got the long range gun out, the MTZ-762, just keeping my high ground, trying to see if somebody is coming this way. But I get high alerted. So notice the second I get high alerted, I'm instantly, bam, I run and side cancel to the side and I start looking over here during that. I'm adjusting my aim during that slide. I don't see anyone over here, but I also did just see that player that was just right in front of me here. So you're gonna notice here, I pick up there's a lot of information that happens right here. So this guy's gonna come in. You probably saw his foot for like 1 split second. You saw this guy's foot right here. So now I know I can kind of reach out back and we're gonna jump down, but notice how I am already starting to aim and shoot as I'm falling down there. That was a little bit of an aggressive play by me, but I kind of had to do something because that zone was moving. I don't have a gas mask, so I can't wait. Now, I'm getting high alerted from multiple directions here, so we're just gonna pop a smoke, just throw it down at your feet and just go. It's gonna help you break line of sight here. So I'm trying to get in, get fully plated up here, and a guy is gonna run right in front of me. Now, I don't think this guy sees me because I'm kind of in this corner. I am wearing an all kind of black skin that blends in here. But if he did see me, take a wild guess at what I'm going to do here. We're going to sprint to the side and slide cancel so that I am a moving target and then just hit clean shots in this guy. Sprint to the side, slide cancel, bam, hit clean shots. Movement really comes down to, it is as simple as that. When you get caught off guard, go to the side, slide cancel, and adjust your aim and hit your shots. Try to just keep it to like 1 movement per gunfight. If you're constantly slide canceling back and forth, it's not going to do you any good really. It just ends up being too excessive here. Now this guy just ran across here, but notice this very simple thing to give me an advantage on aiming my gun here. As I come up these stairs here, watch how I'm sliding up the stairs and I start to aim my gun during that slide. Again, when you're sliding, you can aim your gun. So that gives me a split-second advantage in being able to aim my gun earlier. Now, what just happened here, things are getting a little bit, a lot's happening here. I'm trying to shoot this guy in the distance here, and there's gonna be a player that ends up going right here. There's a player that pops out right here. So I see this in my peripheral vision, and when this happens, I know that I'm in the open. So I need to utilize some simple movement and just get to cover. So my closest movement is this shack to my left. So we're gonna turn and just prone behind cover. It's as simple as that, guys. We're gonna prone behind cover. I'm gonna get reloaded because I'm using an MTZ, only has a 30-round mag. And then we're just gonna pop up here and start pre-aiming this and see if this guy is gonna challenge here. He's not doing, I'm just pre-aiming it, coming around, and he's just laying there. Not the, the worst idea by him, but because he's in a prone position, he's just stuck there. He can't move. It takes a moment for you to get out of that prone position. And it's why I'm not a big fan of drop shotting unless you're doing it in like super close quarters. Drop shotting, you should really only be using if somebody surprises you and they are like right in your face. When you're just trying to sit away, far away and prone on someone, just not a very useful technique there. All right, so we're getting in the end game. It's 4 circle, resurgence is disabled. I've got 20 kills at this point. I'm on a pretty good game here. And I do have a UAV up, so I'm trying to figure out where all these people are. And a lot of these people are down below me, probably in like the underground area. And as I'm looking at here, I see a guy that is just proning in that little shack here. Pick up an easy kill there. Again, I'm in zone here, so like I don't need to move, but someone did just call a precision airstrike on me, and I only noticed it because I looked at the minimap. I actually didn't get a notification, but we're gonna move out of the way. Again, notice how I see a sniper glint and I get high alerted. So instantly, as soon as I get high alerted or see a sniper glint, I am sprinting to the side and slide canceling so that I am a fast moving target, so that it's very unlikely that they're gonna hit me with that shot here. Now, I don't really want to overexpose myself and risk getting a one shot. So again, I kind of just shoulder this corner, and let me break down shouldering here. Is notice how we just kind of like just peek. I just see I'm slowly peeking. I'm like bobbing and weaving back and forth only for a split second because I don't want to overextend and leave myself open to get a one shot headshot and go down and end the game here. So again, I'm not messing with that sniper. I don't want to worry about him. But then now this guy decides to start moving. And what I realize is I'm like, oh wait, I have a mortar. By mortaring him, I force him to move and he has to run back in the open, and it ends up being an easy kill here. So now we're down to a 1v1 here. No idea where this last guy is, but I'm assuming he's underground at this point because I don't see him up on top of me. So he has to be in this underground tunnel area. Gonna wait for my mortar to finish, and I'm gonna start rotating early with the zone here. Whenever you have an option to, rotate early. But also notice how I've got a good piece of cover. I'm not just standing in the open. I'm going from the wall to the rock to the wall, and I'm looking, trying to figure out where this guy is. So we're gonna start, I start looking, I see a dead body, but then I notice here he is. He's way down here, and if you can tell, he actually is holding a riot shield. So I'm like, oh crap. But I've actually got 4 Semtexes on me, and he has to come to me. So I can get aggressive here. We throw one behind him, hits him, get a few shots on him, throw another one behind him, and then he panics and runs to me. And there you go. So I hope you found this video helpful. As you can see, there was a lot of those early situation fights where we are just hitting basic movements, side canceling to the side, proning behind cover. It doesn't have to be insanely fancy, and you don't have to be cracked out of your mind to have good movement and help win gunfights. So hope you found this helpful. Subscribe if you did. We'll see you in the next one. I almost forgot, but here's my loadout really quick. So for the MTZ-762 battle rifle, this is a super low recoil iron sight build. If you don't like the iron sights on this, I'd probably say take off the stock and put on an optic. And then finally, we've got the HRM-9 SMG, which has been my go-to SMG. It's just good mobility, decent range, manageable recoil, just kind of your do-it-all type SMG. It's been my go-to this season.